Alright guys, today we are going to be reacting to cheat proof exactly why men shouldn't be nice guys. Jump in.
But if you look at it logically, right? Like, isn't the guy who you like are viewing like, oh, this guy could be like long-term relationship potential? He has to wait for sex, but the guy who's maybe going to treat you poorly, who's a jerk, boy, he hits right away.
Maybe
like that's what's confusing.
Because she doesn't want him to stay around.
Is long-term relationship success?
So hang on. So let me just ask you from the guy's perspective. Let's say you and I are sitting down for dinner. Say, look, I only f the guys I don't like.
It's weird.
What should my play be? What should my play be then? Should it be like, I really want you to like me? Or should it be, I really want you to not like me?
Wait.
Like, what should my play be?
Andrew, that's actually a really good, I think we've talked about this before, but that's actually a really good point. So your position is, if a guy wants to get sex, he has to be the bad dude.
No, he has to be attractive. So you guys are
incentivizing it. Men will do what works. Men, okay.
I think he has to be attractive.
Red flag.
No, men will do what works. So
huge red flag. Huge red flag.
Like, oh, you reward the guys who treat you like shit and you fuck them right away? Is it any surprise that if you guys are like giving yourselves sexually to these awful men, that you're reinforcing
they want
their
it.
behavior?
It's time for men to realize that's what they want. It's time for them to realize this is what they want.
Treat you like shit before they have sex with you.
Really?
No.
Okay.
Like, I don't think have you guys ever gotten treated like shit by a guy? And
But you
had
only
sex?
wait though.
Just because
but
he was
you only
attractive?
But you sleep with men that you don't like.
Yep.
And you won't sleep with men that you do like. So if I'm a man who wants to sleep with you, what should my goal here be? To make you like me or not like me?
Well, I don't think it's...
Isn't that what you said? Like our response is going off of what you said. You said, well, they sleep with the men that they don't like. Didn't you say that?
Yeah, I don't want for a long-term relationship. Maybe
why?
maybe he's highly desirable. Like maybe he's highly attractive, or he has a lot of money.
Yeah,
he has a lot of women chasing after him. So you already know he's not really looking to commit to anyone. But
So
he's
you're
attractive.
settling
Like,
for
I think when women,
You're settling?
No, sometimes like he's just hot and you just
well, you're not
he's just
settling.
hot,
I
so
think
why
when
not?
women
How are you not settling?
I think when women sleep around, they usually go for men who are of like a higher status and like more attractive, more money, whatever. Because they know that those men are just not going to stick around because they have more options.
So let me get this right. Here's your position. Women are having sex with men who are high status, who they don't actually like, who they know they can't actually get.
No, they have to like them.
When it comes to you, though, they really like you, so they're not going to sleep with you, right? Which literally means you're not high status and we're settling.
No, they have to like
mean.
them. It's just that they don't see a long-term relationship with them.
Oh, the cope is real.
Yeah, okay. They
Where
don't
they
see
know
a
I don't see a long-term relationship with this person, but let me just give it. Let me just give one of the most precious thing for a female, which is themselves, right? Themselves. Let me just give it away like nothing. Like, this guy's gonna be there. He's not gonna stick around. Let me just give it to him. But now the guy that want to stick around, see that guy, we're not gonna give it to him. We're not gonna incentivize him to stay. Let me incentivize who? The bad person. What name that person has? The bad guy. Right? The a-hole. They really think men are this stupid, huh? We have books written about this. We have community about this. We have technique to just get these type of female because we know what works. And still they're not gonna admit it. This is crazy.
He's not looking for that.
So then my goal should be for you to not see a long-term relationship with me then.
If you're just looking
have sex
for casual sex as a man, sure, yeah.
Crazy.
Okay, so then the best way to have sex with a woman is that she doesn't like you and you tell her that you don't want a long-term relationship.
No, she has to like, you have to be attractive, you have to be desirable to her.
Yeah, sure, you're attractive
But you
and
have
you're
to be
desirable.
like...
But if she tells you she doesn't want to sleep with you because she really likes you, then that must mean you're not attractive and desirable.
No,
she
you're
has
just
more
not
respect for you.
exceptional.
I feel
Oh,
like if
you're
she
just
doesn't
not
stick with you at
exceptional.
first, like,
Oh, okay. He was exceptional. I'm not exceptional. You're settling. Right?
Women do settle when it comes.
Okay, right. So you're settling. That's it. So Brian, once again, Brian's argument, king, no refutations whatsoever. It's just the entailment that you are settling and faking virtue for men you claim you like, who you won't sleep with. And this is a problem from the Christian ethic. I really want to destroy this guy on this. I want to completely melt Brian's mind on this.
You can.
But apparently he's right. Because what the entailment is always is we're settling for you, right? But if you were exceptional, we'd fuck you.
So
Wait.
is that better
I
to
don't-
have one night with somebody versus you could be married to them, and then if your goal is sex with somebody, being married to them.
Man, this lady, they cannot even grab this concept because they cannot even understand logic. That's what you're trying to say. Like, what's going on here? Why? It's simply you guys are giving your body to the guy that you're not supposed to the guy that you're attracted to, the a-hole, the bad guy. Like, I don't get it.
Means that you have a long-lasting relationship
I'll answer your question.
with them.
I'll answer your question. So, in this scenario, the guy, you're saying it's better to be married to this woman?
No,
Yeah,
no.
we don't want to marry. We don't want to marry the
that
girl.
woman. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that, if you're saying, is this based purely off of how quickly I can have sex with a woman? Is that the basis of the conversation?
It's based on no. Let me explain.
Okay.
It's based on this. If you have had sex with men before very quickly, but you will not have sex with the guy you're with and tell him it's because you really like him and wanted to go somewhere.
Make no sense.
Right? The idea from the gal I was just speaking to, I'm very sorry, I wasn't here right for the beginning of the show, so I didn't catch your name. She said, and I quote, well, women do settle. You're obviously not exceptional. That's exactly how the guy would feel. He would say, why do these other men get to have sex with you, who you say you didn't like? But I don't get to have sex with you when you claim I like you.
Mm-hmm.
That makes no fucking sense.
That's
right?
fair. I can't comment on that.
Yeah, so I guess here's the confusion that I have. I just have a question for the panelists. So, who do you think, like, which man is, I guess, more deserving? Would you say is more deserving of sex? The guy who you see a long-term potential with, or I guess the guy who you don't see long-term potential with?
Long-term
guy.
potential.
Long-term.
Long-term guy? Mm-hmm. Okay, but so here's the confusing part. You say he's more deserving of it, but you're saying here that you're withholding sex from the men who arguably deserve the most and they put in the most effort, but you're giving it away freely to the guys who are kind of like, maybe they're really attractive, but they're fuck boys, whatever. Maybe they put in minimal, no effort. And a lot of men see this, maybe they never had to pay for a date, never had to be chivalrous, et cetera, et cetera. I think were we talking about chivalry earlier today? So what do men see? They see, why should I do all the chivalrous stuff that women claim they want, all the chivalrous stuff that women demand needs to be in place before having sex, but then that she freely has given herself to men who did not do those things. So like, I don't know the sexual history of the panelists here, but like, it's maybe fair to say that some of you have had, this isn't a judgment, but you've maybe like had a one-night stand or hooked up with a guy relatively quickly who didn't pay for dates, didn't get you flowers or reacted to flowers before, didn't do all that chivalrous stuff. And it's like, men see this. You guys are giving sex to the men that aren't chivalrous, that are just like, text you at 11 p.m. on a Friday night, what you doing? Terrible grammar, by the way. They have terrible grammar too. Not the men. What you're doing, they text at a 5th grade level or some shit.
They're simply enabling bad behavior, right? They're incentivizing bad behavior. So what do you think guys start doing? Bad behavior. The a-hole, then all of a sudden you start incorporating some a-hole kind of behavior because this is how they respond. Sadly, right? Sadly, that's the case. And it shouldn't be like this, right? Because there's something that's called human dignity. And we should all of us, been thinking that only or most preferable human dignity behavior should be incentivized. However, in the dating scene, we break that rule. Even though we know that's how it works, they still will not admit it. Even though we have thousands of millions of videos about this, they still will not admit it. You know why? In my opinion, they are afraid of this, guys. Shame. Shame.
And then it's like, oh, now you're 30. Now you want, after you gave yourself to all these other men who didn't have to put in any effort, now you want me to put in all this effort? That's crazy.
You're commenting on what's the problem with hookup culture in our society. Like, that is the issue, is that by having hookup culture, we are perpetuating a society where it's okay to treat women poorly because as long as you're attractive or as long as you have high status.
Gaslighting.
That's women treating men poorly, not men treating women poorly.
It's both. It takes two to have a hookup culture.
Nah. See, this is where you messed it up, and hopefully Andrew can
In this case, it's just women treating men poorly. What they're doing is gaslighting men.
There we go, gaslighting.
Listen, I really like you, and so I'm not going to sleep with you. I just slept with the 3 guys before you, though, because I didn't like them. That is the stupidest shit that I've ever heard in my life, and there are men who fall for that, but this is not a cause of men. How are men causing that?
I'm not saying...
How exactly are men marionetting women in order to gaslight them with this shit? Like, they're not.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that hookup culture as a whole is negative for society.
It seems like it's perpetuated by women and not men.
And
women
that was
are the
what
gatekeepers
we were
of
talking
sex,
about
not men. You want equality. The second you say that there's equality, egalitarianism between men and women can make those decisions. And women are making the decision to be promiscuous and have lots of sex. They're the gatekeepers of sex. They're the determiners of who gets sex and who doesn't.
Yeah.
How do you not place this squarely at the feet of women?
I mean, I do. That's why, in the Bible it says.
But you said it was men treating women.
Yeah, you said it was men treating women bad, and then you trying to just put it into what I call the zero argument on bringing things back to neutral. That no, it's just men and women. Just this kind of argument. No, it's not only women. It's just men does it as what. It's like a what about ism kind of thing. What about ism though? Or what about the men though? It's like bringing the debate back to zero. It doesn't move anything.
I'm saying that no, hold up. I'm saying that by perpetuating hookup culture, we are perpetuating the idea that it's okay to treat women
Who's
poorly.
we? You mean women?
We women, by hooking up with men, are perpetuating the idea that it's okay to treat women poorly. We're perpetuating the idea that sex is meaningless, that that a sin has now become normalized, that should be within marriage.
You're not perpetuating that men treat women poorly.
That's not what I was saying.
That
We're not
women
arguing.
treat men poorly.
I'm saying that sex should not be outside of marriage. That's what I'm saying.
Lady, you were talking about...
Yeah, I know. I get it. I agree with you. Sex shouldn't be outside of marriage. But what you're actually advocating for here is the opposite of what you think. You're not saying that men are treating women poorly. No. You're saying that women are treating men poorly. No. You're saying that women are gaslighting men. They're saying to them, I slept with 3 guys before you. And they meant nothing to me. But you, baby, I love you. So you get to wait. That's nothing more than complete gaslighting and virtue signaling. What else could that be?
No, that's
would that not then incentivize the man to treat you like shit so that you
there we go.
If his goal is sex, then yeah.
There we go. It just incentivizes us, and we've seen it in some of these podcasts. I mean, I'm telling you, some of these podcasts, you see Myron Gaines, bro. He just lashing out with these 304s, man, and then start. They can't even believe it, but you know what happens? Is you really check the body language. They like that stuff. I'm sorry, guys. They like that stuff. They love it. They like to be treated like that. I'm telling you guys, this is...
That would
goes
incentivize.
Beyond.
That's what I'm saying, is hookup. We're not disagreeing. We're agreeing.
What if his goal wasn't sex? It was a long-term relationship. How would that make it better? Like, even if my goal was to be like, I want to have a long-term relationship with you, right? Why is it that you not sleeping with me would be better than you sleeping with me if you slept with the 3 guys previous to me who you didn't even like.
Okay, that's fair. I can't.
There we go. Nice job, Andrew. Nice job. Love this, man. This is why you have to let Andrew cook. I know some of these topics are very boring and these topics don't, but some of these ideas they need to be refuted and put down to bed. Why? Because this might be the only time or only chance you have to just refute them. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you next one.